Socrates says, "What screws us up the most in life is the picture in our head of what it's supposed to be. The easiest and noblest way is not to be crushing others, but to be improving yourselves. Prefer knowledge to wealth, for the one is transitory, the other perpetual. Smart people learn from everything and everyone. Average people from their experiences. Stupid people already have all the answers. Silence is a profound melody for those who can hear it above all the noise." We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Our lives are but specks of dust falling through the fingers of time. Like sands of the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. Do not go through life like a leaf blown from here to there, believing whatever you are told. To be uncertain is to be uncomfortable, but to be certain is to be ridiculous. Sometimes you put walls up not to keep people out, but to see who cares enough to break them down. To know is to know that you know nothing. That is the meaning of true knowledge. For a man who claims to have knowledge while actually knowing nothing is less smart than you, who claim to know nothing. Do not grieve over someone who changes all of the sudden. It might be that he has given up acting and returned to his true self. The perfect human being is all human beings put together. It is a collective. It is all of us together that make perfection. The really important thing is not to live, but to live well. And to live well meant, along with more enjoyable things in life, to live according to your principles. True perfection is a bold quest to seek. Only the willing and true of heart will seek the betterment of many. Interesting facts. Socrates, c. 470 to 399 BC, was a Greek philosopher from Athens, who is credited as the founder of Western philosophy and as among the first moral philosophers of the ethical tradition of thought. An enigmatic figure, Socrates authored no texts and is known mainly through the posthumous accounts of classical writers, particularly his students Plato and Xenophon. These accounts are written as dialogues, in which Socrates and his interlocutors examine a subject in the style of question and answer. They gave rise to the Socratic dialogue literary genre. Contradictory accounts of Socrates make a reconstruction of his philosophy nearly impossible, a situation known as the Socratic problem. Socrates was a polarizing figure in Athenian society. In 399 BC, he was accused of impiety and corrupting the youth. After a trial that lasted a day, he was sentenced to death. He spent his last day in prison, refusing offers to help him escape. Socrates exerted a strong influence on philosophers in later antiquity and has continued to do so in the modern era. He was studied by medieval and Islamic scholars and played an important role in the thought of the Italian Renaissance, particularly within the humanist movement. Interest in him continued unabated, as reflected in the works of Søren Kierkegaard and Friedrich Nietzsche. Depictions of Socrates in art, literature, and popular culture have made him a widely known figure in the Western philosophical tradition.